Tonight on TV2 News, Ohio continues to break its own COVID-19 record, reporting its highest case count today. But how will this affect universities? TV2 spoke with Kent State's pandemic response team.
Kent State unveiled its new Design Innovation Hub this morning, a part of the university's master plan to renovate. We'll give you an inside look at the campus's newest addition.
One current Indians pitcher and one former Indians pitcher have been given out the 2020 Cy Youngs. Stay tuned to find out who wins later on in the show.
The coronavirus pandemic has left many hurting and confused. What is the best way to protect yourself? The CDC says it's something we've been doing all along. All of this and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. Thanks for joining us on this chilly Thursday evening. I'm Lexi Biasi.
And I'm Steffen. The time is currently 6:01 p.m. and we're going to get straight into things tonight, starting with Governor DeWine's press conference last night. Now, DeWine reissuing Ohio's mask order. However, this new one comes with 3 new provisions and some penalties. Speaking on those 3 provisions, businesses will now be required to post face covering signs at all public entrances. They'll also be responsible for ensuring customer and employees are wearing masks upon entry. The state has also assembled a new retail compliance unit composed of agents from the Bureau of Workers' Compensation. They'll head all inspections of businesses ensuring compliance. And if no compliance is found, 2 penalties have been implemented on the new order. Businesses found in violation of the order on a first-time basis will be issued a written warning. Repeat violators will have to close their stores for up to 24 hours. And this all comes as the state reported over 7,100 new cases in the past 24 hours, reported this afternoon. 35 new deaths were also reported, bringing statewide totals to nearly 274,500 cases and 5,700 total virus-related deaths. Portage County also remains at a red level 3 advisory for the 3rd week in a row. Ohio's hospital bed occupancy stands at around 76%, and nationwide Ohio has the 6th highest number of COVID-19 related hospitalizations.
However, DeWine has also mentioned today that he hopes to have the state roll out distribution for a COVID-19 vaccine by December. This means by the new year, Ohio could begin seeing its own residents vaccinated and immune.
December, hope to start getting out in December to our most vulnerable population. And then as soon as it gets here, it's going to come in batches. And as soon as these batches come, we're going to get it out.
Looking at the nation as a whole, as of this afternoon, more than 10,599,000 people in the United States have been infected with the coronavirus, and at least 242,000 have died. Case numbers have been spiking the past couple of weeks, just as we've recently seen in Ohio.
That's right, and an updated mask guidance is coming from the CDC. Officials now say masks protect the wearer as well. The CDC reports cloth masks are able to block virus particles exhaled by the wearer, as well as block incoming infectious droplets from others. Previously, it was believed mask wearing only protected those around you. The CDC says the safest face masks include surgical masks and masks with multiple layers. The agency cited a number of studies that found masks reduce the transmission by more than 70% in some instances.
Now this morning, Kent State students received an email from President Deichen regarding the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. Kent State officials have already been strongly encouraging each student get tested before returning home. His email tells students to keep going as face-to-face classes are about to end, different than the University of Akron statement ending in-person classes a week earlier than planned due to the rise in coronavirus cases throughout the state. From one flash to another, stay safe as we approach the holiday season. And sticking on campus, as part of Kent State's master plan, the new Design Innovation Hub virtually celebrated its grand opening today. The university says the goal of the hub is to bring students from different disciplines together technologically to create problem solvers and fearless collaborators. What you are seeing here is the new hub measuring in at 68,000 square feet located in the old art building. The hub includes a new dining area for students and is now open. During times that people have already lost so much, our media and journalism school is mourning the loss of an adjunct professor, Bobby Makar, who unexpectedly passed away in his home yesterday. He taught video and film and was a fellow Golden Flash turned professor. His funeral service will be this Monday at Forfolia Funeral Home. We'll have more on his impact on students tomorrow at 6.
Good evening, Kent State and Portage County. I'm Kyle Vasil with a look at today's weather forecast. So currently in Kent right now, it is 47 degrees and it feels like it's around 46. It was a sunny day today. Today was the coldest out of a week. We had warm weather throughout the week, but going into the wind, it's going in about east-northeast, 3 miles per hour, and the humidity is at 75%. Now let's take a look at the rest of Ohio. So right now in northeastern Ohio, it gets a little warmer as we go out west. So in Mansfield, it's around 49 degrees, in Sandusky 45, Worcester 48, Canton 46, and Youngstown around 44. If we look at the rest of Ohio, it still gets warmer as we go out west, the warmest it being in Lima at around 59 degrees, Dayton 56, Cincinnati at 50, and Columbus at around 53. The coldest it is in Athens, which is kind of down south, and in Akron and Steubenville, it is around 58 degrees. And please stay tuned to hear the rest of my forecast after the break. Now we are going to bring it back up to the front.
And though the election was last week, of it are still lingering today. What Ohio leaders are saying about the results and everything that happened before.
And with no stimulus bill in sight, 300,000 additional Americans filed for unemployment due to the pandemic. As the job market's recovery slows, we provide you with the latest update on the unemployment in the U.S.
Hurricane Ada is battering Florida yet again. Images of the damage from the storm that just won't go away. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 90 seconds.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
It's not my first time bartending, so.
It's a sausage party in here.
It's fine. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing,
Yeah.
is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud in here. So your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you. So you may want to.
What?
Welcome back. Now let's go back to Governor Mike DeWine's press conference last night addressing the current statewide trends of COVID-19. Had quite a few implications for college students across Ohio, including right here at Kent State.
That's right, Jenna. What can you tell us about the impact this has had on the university and really just the general outlook moving ahead into the spring semester?
Yeah, that's right, guys. As cases in Ohio rise, Governor DeWine had an important press conference yesterday stating things like a mandatory mask mandate, restaurants and bar restrictions, and even mentioned potentially pushing colleges toward remote learning in the spring. Today, Kent State addressed that issue and what they are doing moving forward.
We are now at the most crucial phase of this pandemic. We're in the midst of our third wave in Ohio.
We were told COVID-19 would spike this winter, but no one knew exactly how bad until now. As Ohio negatively progresses in cases, DeWine says he will reissue a mask mandate, as well as potential restaurant and business shutdowns.
A first violation of this order will bring about a written warning, but a second violation will bring about closure of the store for up to 24 hours.
Ray's Place in downtown Kent has been following the social distance guidelines, but they're just not sure how much stricter they can get.
It's just like, what more can you do? Because we put like extra barriers in between the booths downstairs, and it's just hard.
And with the possibility of having schools stay remote next semester, that would impact the restaurants and bars' income immensely.
unless we dramatically slow the community spread of this virus, our higher educational institutions in Ohio may have to remain virtual when school opens in January.
Kent State addressed this today in regards to what their plan for next semester will be after DeWine's press conference yesterday.
We have a plan that is flexible, and we really want to be ready at any moment to change the course. And certainly we're planning for a combination of in-person and remote courses next semester, but also know that depending on the disease situation, that can change at any moment.
But as Ohio's cases go up as a whole, reaching 7,000 in one day, Kent State's cases are looking to be okay.
We are not seeing any outbreaks on campus, in the residence halls, or anywhere else in our campus community.
But that doesn't mean cases on campus couldn't rise. So they are offering testing Sunday, November 15th to students before returning for Thanksgiving break.
Asking all students to do 3 things. First of all, get tested. This is one opportunity to get tested. The other one is to lay low, to really not go out unless you really have to. And the third one is to travel safely.
Reporting for TV2 in Kent, I'm Gianna DaPra.
So we will be going remote after Thanksgiving break, as that has been in place all year, but we will have to see as this disease progresses on the rest of this year's decisions. That's all I have. I'm Gianna DaPra. Back to you guys.
I think that we need to consider the former vice president as the president-elect. Joe Biden is the president-elect.
This is going to be an electoral landslide. This is going to be a blowout at the end of the day. I mean, we're talking about winning Georgia, winning Arizona, rebuilding the blue wall. So this election wasn't even close at the end of the day.
You can see there somewhat differing opinions from 2 of Ohio's most notable public officials. Leaders around the nation have been weighing in on the outcome of the election. Some fully accepting Joe Biden as the president-elect, while others say they'll wait till the safe harbor deadline, December 8th, to call the election. Our own governor shared his thoughts on President Trump as he continues to challenge results in states where the race was close.
And his campaign has every right to go into court. Our courts are open. Our courts are the best place, frankly, to adjudicate facts. We just all need to take a deep breath. There's a process for all of this. We need to follow the process, and we need to move this country forward.
But other issues are now becoming more apparent in President Trump's remaining time as a lame duck president. His administration appears to be halting the transition of power to President-elect Joe Biden.
First reported this morning, the State Department is preventing Biden access to daily intelligence briefings. Top U.S. allies held calls with Biden still. He was denied access to some messages sent to him.
But the Biden-Harris team continues to move forward with their transition, even if the Trump administration is unwilling to cooperate. The issue still has many atop Capitol Hill divided. We're even seeing divide on the matter take place within party lines. Take a look.
No loss from him getting the briefings and to be able to do that. And if that's not occurring by Friday, I will step in as well and to be able to push and to say this needs to occur so that regardless of the outcome of the election, whichever way that it goes, people can be ready for that actual time.
Access to classified information is useful, but I'm not in a position to make any decisions on those issues anyway. So as I said, one president at a time. He will be president until January 20th. It would be nice to have it, but it's not critical.
Another 709,000 Americans filed first-time claims for unemployment benefits last week on a seasonally adjusted basis. There were also nearly 300,000 new pandemic unemployment assistant filings. That program gives benefits to those who aren't eligible for normal state aid, such as people who are self-employed. If you include that number, first-time claims stood at 1 million last week. It comes just as the nation's job market recovery slows down. And another record-breaking storm in a record-breaking hurricane season. Tropical Storm Eta is the 12th named storm to make landfall in the U.S. this year. This morning, striking Cedar Key, Florida. Here you can see video of the damage the storm left behind. This is the 4th time Eta has made landfall since its formation last week. Eta made its first landfall in Central America last Tuesday as a Category 4 hurricane before slowly traveling north to Cuba and now in Florida. Our thoughts are with everyone that are affected.
Welcome back, everyone. So far we had some beautiful warm weather throughout the past few days, but now it looks like we will finally get to see some cold November weather. So currently in Kent right now, it is 42 degrees and it's going to feel like it's 41. It's like the humidity is down to 46% and the wind is still coming from the east or northeastern direction, about 4 miles per hour. And if we take a look at our hourly forecast, so around 7 o'clock p.m., it's going to be 43, going into 10 o'clock p.m., 37 degrees, and around midnight, 36 degrees. And if we look over at going into tonight and tomorrow, we're going to have a few passing clouds. The low for tonight will drop down to about 33 degrees Fahrenheit. There'll also be some light winds, and the all-time low is going to be 33. So it is going to get cold tonight. Make sure you wear a jacket if you're going out to dinner or anything, because you don't want to stay cold. Now we're going to look into this weekend. So throughout the rest of this week, we had some pretty warm weather, but it's now going to get a lot colder going into the weekend. So around 52 degrees on Friday is the high, low of 26. On Saturday, 48 degrees is the high, low 40. And then on Sunday, we're going to have some rain, high of 53 degrees and a low of 34. And if we look over here, we're going to go to our 7-day forecast. So it's going to get a lot colder on the weekend, like I said before. Going on Monday, the high is going to be 44 degrees, a low 33. On Tuesday, it's going to be the high of 40, low of 28. And Wednesday, 39. And that's going to be about the same for the rest of the week. And thank you for listening to my forecast, and have a great rest of your week.
After the death of Alex Trebek, doctors are urging people to better educate themselves on pancreatic cancer, how one loss is shedding a light on a deadly disease.
In sports, from college to the NFL, stay tuned to find out about your favorite teams.
And Ticketmaster's new plans for verifying their users' own health, what the app will require of concert goers soon, and is there any cause for security concerns? That's ahead.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Thanks for sticking with us. Jeopardy host Alex Trebek died on Sunday, more than a year after he announced he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. In the past 4 months, the disease has also taken women's rights icon Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and civil rights legend John Lewis. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on why pancreatic cancer is so deadly.
What it is, we love you, Alex. That's very kind. Thank you.
For 36 years, he was the legendary host of Jeopardy! On Sunday, Alex Trebek died more than a year after announcing a diagnosis of stage 4 pancreatic cancer, a disease that's hard to find early. The pancreas is deep inside the body, so early tumors may not be seen or felt during routine exams. People usually have no symptoms until the cancer has become large or spreads to other organs.
To make a real impact in the disease, we're going to need to get better therapies.
Dr. William Kant says there are a lot of new therapies in trials, but in his 30 years as a surgical oncologist, he hasn't seen substantial advances when it comes to pancreatic cancer.
There are newer tests coming that could potentially diagnose pancreatic cancer earlier. But again, the tendency for it to spread at an early stage doesn't ensure that a real early detection will translate into cure.
The overall 5-year survival rate is just 9%, according to the American Cancer Society. But there are factors that put you at higher risk, including family history, pancreatitis, diabetes, smoking, obesity, and age. While there are some advances in drug therapy allowing for longer survival,
We have a long way to go.
for Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Ticketmaster announced they will have certain guidelines for upcoming concerts. In order to attend a concert, fans would be required to either verify through the app that they have been vaccinated or prove they tested negative for the coronavirus within 72 hours prior to their event. Ticketmaster also added that fans should not worry about their personal health information being permanently stored or shared.
Right, and I'd probably add sports events to that Ticketmaster's list as well, Lexi. And with that, let's throw things over to our very own Ian Herrmann, reporting remotely from his home in Kent this evening.
From OSU football to an Indians player notching one of the MLB's top awards in a Thursday night football preview. We have it all. TV2 Sports has you covered this Thursday evening. Take it away, Ian.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Plenty of sports for tonight. My name is Ian Herrmann, and we'll pick up tonight's action with a MAC game featuring Ball State and Eastern Michigan. First quarter, Ball State down 7 until Caleb Huntley gets the handoff, and he runs that one in from 7 yards out. Huntley had a huge night, 7-7 tie. But just under a minute to go in the first, the Eagles respond. Preston Hutchinson finds Bryson Cannon, and he only needed one hand to do it. That's from 10 yards out. Eagles go up 14-7. But now second quarter halfway through, Hutchinson will take this one himself from 10 yards out to extend their lead to 21-7. That was one of his 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. But third quarter, Ball State trying to stay in the game, and they will do just that. Giving it to the big man, Huntley, yet again, and he bullies his way into the end zone. Ball State down 24-21 after the 2-point conversion. But now, fourth quarter, 10 seconds left, Huntley from 1 yard out shoves his way into the end zone. And that would all she wrote. Ball State comes back to win 38-31, 3 touchdowns for Huntley. The Big Ten has been affected by COVID yet again. After Wisconsin had 2 games canceled early on, Ohio State has lost a game due to Maryland having several players and coaches test positive to the coronavirus. This was days ahead of their November 14th matchup. Since the Big Ten started their season so late, Ohio State is down to 7 regular season games instead of 8. Hopefully they will not run into any more issues as they are fighting for a top 4 seed in the college football playoff. One Indians pitcher and one former Indians pitcher have won the 2020 Cy Young Awards. Shane Bieber was a unanimous decision for the AL Cy Young, and Trevor Bauer won the NL Cy Young. Bieber was the first Triple Crown winner and unanimous selection since 2011 in the AL. Trevor Bauer won the first award in Reds history. Bieber posted an 8-1 record with an amazing 1.63 ERA. Bauer had a record of only 5-4, but finished with a 1.73 ERA. Bieber is only 25 and looks to dominate baseball in the near future with more MVPs and Cy Youngs coming his way. A heavyweight matchup tonight in Thursday Night Football as the Colts will travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The winner of this game will be first place in the AFC South. The Titans will look to lean on that heavy run game led by one of the best running backs in the league, Derrick Henry. The Colts will look at their stingy defense that is number 1 in fewest total yards allowed per game and 3rd in fewest rush yards allowed per game. I have Tennessee winning this one 28-24. That is all we have for sports for today. I'm Ian Herrmann. Back to you guys at the desk.
Gamers rejoice! The new PlayStation 5 is available for purchase today, joining some stiff competition. Find out why you might not be able to get your hands on the system right away.
Ahead of a Thanksgiving holiday, which stores can you count on to be open? A few notable names deciding to remain closed for Turkey Day in 2020. We have what you can expect ahead when TV2 returns.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Thanks for sticking with us. The time is now 6:25 p.m. and we are heading to social media. Instagram unveiled the first major change to its home screen in over a decade. It's adding Reels and Shop tabs and putting them on its homepage. In fact, the Reels tab is now the main button in the app. The changes are a big bet on the future of short-form video in online shopping. Instagram launched Reels in August. The 15-second video feature is similar to TikTok. Instagram also launched its shopping page in the summer. Users can buy things with Facebook Pay. And the Xbox Series X has only been out for 2 days. However, the console has already made quite the impression on Twitter. Posts across social media have shown brand new Xboxes overheating and smoking, but it may not be Microsoft's fault. Customers blowing vape smoke into their Xbox, leading to the overheating issue. Xbox addressed the issue via Twitter, saying, quote, "We can't believe we have to say this, and I can't either, but please do not blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X."
And Microsoft and their new Xbox X facing some stiff competition during the PS5's console launch. Sony's PlayStation 5 was released today. It's currently going for a retail price of $499. And if that number seems a little bit too high, customers can purchase a digital edition for $100 less, $399. You may have trouble finding one to purchase though, as many stores including Walmart and Amazon have left limited supply. Now you see like that stiff competition, not only between PS5 and Xbox, but its users too. That's what I've kind of seen, right?
Yeah, and then we took to Twitter because we want to know what you think. So we asked, Xbox X or PS5, and out of 31 votes, 58% say Xbox Series X, so I don't think that they're blowing smoke in there. And then the rest said the PS5.
All right, and again, head over to GameStop, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy to get yours, Xbox or PS4, while it lasts. Notably, these stores also, just mentioned, won't be open for Thanksgiving because shopping in person this Thanksgiving Day is the latest aspect of 2020 disrupted by the pandemic. Instead of encouraging shoppers to come into stores on Thanksgiving Day, businesses have been offering early deals and encouraging customers to shop online to try and reinvent what holiday shopping looks like during a pandemic. At least 10 major retailers who were open on Thanksgiving Day in 2019 have decided to keep stores closed this year.
And that'll do it for this evening's edition of TV2 News. As always, thank you for being with us tonight.
For continuous coverage and up-to-the-minute updates on all things Kent State and Portage County, be sure to connect with us on social media at TV2 KSU. I'm Connor Steffen.
And I'm Lexi Biasi. We're here every weeknight at 6. We'll see you tomorrow.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
I know kids worry about a lot of things.
Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.